The new MacBook is the result of a collective obsession to simplify its essential components to create the most efficient design possible. It's a product that couldn't exist without invention across many disciplines. A full-size keyboard is the most familiar, comfortable, and accurate typing platform. It defined the width of the new MacBook. To make it thinner and more precise, we created a sturdy, single-assembly butterfly mechanism. Combined with a new stainless steel dome switch, this reinforces the keyboard's balance and stability. Each individual key is now lit by a single LED. This enables better, more deliberate illumination. A Retina display delivers the very best viewing experience. To engineer the thinnest Retina screen for a Mac, we've refined every component, from the glass down to the pixels. It delivers the vivid brightness and performance you'd expect, but in a design that's thinner, lighter, and 30% more power efficient. We've designed a force-sensing, multi-touch trackpad. This adds a new dimension of interaction. Touch sensors make the entire glass surface active. Force sensors measure a wide range of pressure, from the lightest tap to the deepest press. The pressure you apply activates an electromagnet that responds with tactile feedback. So now, instead of just seeing what's happening on the screen, you feel it too. To make all-day battery life possible, we have developed new battery technologies. We actually changed the construction and internal chemistry of the cells, which are now manufactured in discrete sheets. These sheets are stacked in a terraced structure that was developed along with the external enclosure. The design allows for 35% greater battery capacity in this compact space. To maximize performance, we took an extreme approach to miniaturization. Components were optimized and engineered to fit together to create the highest density Mac logic board yet. It's actually 2/3 smaller than any we've designed before. A fundamental goal was to eliminate the need for vents, fans, or any moving parts, allowing it to operate in silence. By consolidating the antenna with the bottom case, we were able to design an integrated aluminium hinge. This innovation, along with its unibody enclosure, makes this the first all-metal MacBook. This product is not only thin and light, its advanced wireless technologies make it truly portable. When you actually need to plug in, the new USB Type-C connector is a single port for charging, video output, and data transfer. The result of all of this is a product that's only 13.1 millimeters thick and weighs just 2 pounds. To create the new MacBook, we were uncompromising in its design and engineering. We set a new standard for portability while enhancing its fundamental components to deliver what we believe is the best MacBook yet.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. I could not be more excited today to share with you what is something I've been thinking about for a long time. First, let's quickly acknowledge the chat. Barrett is here, Randy is here, and Good at Life is here. Hello, hello, welcome. So looks like another 3 people are here but not saying anything. So hello, I will get to chats in a minute. But I did want to kind of introduce this whole video with Johnny Ive's voice, because what's more fitting to begin what will happen next here than start it with Johnny's beautiful voice. We have, yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to hype it up anymore, because we had Johnny doing all the hype, and the thumbnail and title should all tell you what's about to happen here. But this is something that I've been very excited about. So a little backstory on me. I'd assume you've probably heard the Tech Podcast once or twice, so you know that I do have technology. I am a tech guy. But I wanted to go back in time and kind of, because this is not something that is functional, right? This is something that is for me. I might get the newest iPhone or the latest M1 Mac, or want to get the best consumer tech, but at the end of the day, I've regretted selling the 12-inch MacBook for literally 5 years now, or I guess not 5. I think I sold it 3.5 years ago. So I ended up getting a new one. So we'll get to this in just a moment. But yeah, so a little bit more backstory on me. I have always been a Mac fan, obviously. But way back in the day, I believe it was December of 2014, I believe, was when all the rumors were circulating that Apple was going to be introducing USB Type-C with a brand new, what we thought would be refreshed MacBook Air. And this is one of the very first Mac leaks and rumors that I vividly remember following. Now, I followed iPad and iPhone news long before then, but I was never really excited about a Mac announcement. And it wasn't until this USB Type-C with an ultra-thin design, new keyboard, a new trackpad, Retina display, compact form factor, all these rumors were coming out, and I was like, I gotta get this. This sounds way too cool. Come on. So, yeah, in 2015, in the summer 2015, I saved my pennies, pinched my pennies, and got a gold M5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes SSD, 12-inch MacBook. And I used that thing for about 2.5 years as my primary computer through all of college, all of my community college. I loved that computer. It was powerful enough for what I needed it to do. At the time, I wasn't using Final Cut or Logic or any of the pro applications I do find myself using. So I understand it's not going to be the most functional device for me, but it was fine for, at the time, what I needed. I even had a virtual machine running on it, so I had Windows and Mac OS up at the same time, I believe using Parallels, and it handled it okay. I hadn't experienced really fast computers yet. My previous Mac before that was a 2013 Haswell MacBook Air, so that thing was not born of speed either. So it was a fine computer for what I needed, and I didn't realize that there might have been better options out there. So I have a lot of really fond memories tied with this computer. Just the time of my life that I had this computer during was kind of the last few years of high school, first few years of college. Some really fun memories with friends, and it's just a very nostalgic device for me. So every time I go and watch this Johnny Ive video, which I played at the beginning, so the reason why we're doing it on this channel is because the Ann Sweeney Shorts channel is the channel that I don't care about. So anything that might get copyright striked goes on this channel. To answer your question, Mr. Barrett, that is why we're doing it here, because I didn't want copyright strikes on other channels. I don't know if Apple will give me a copyright strike. I hope not, because I love Johnny so much. But anyway, so every time I watch that Johnny Ive video, I instantly want the MacBook equally as much as I did back in the day when I actually bought the MacBook when it was brand new. And it's a combination of Johnny Ive and great 3D renders, but something about that ad makes me want a now 6-year-old device, which at the time was poo-pooed upon because it didn't have enough specs. It makes me want it again in 2021. So due to some encouragement, shall I say, from some people, shall I say, Randy, at some point, I did go ahead and order one. This device is not really for a functional purpose. This is a device that I'm never going to get rid of. I'm not going to upgrade this device. I'm not going to sell it. It's going to be here with me for the rest of my life. And because of that, I know that there are issues with this generation of MacBook, especially with the keyboards. This is something that I encountered back in the day, back when it was, popular to have things not working, keys not working. But I survived. It wasn't that big of a deal. And so for this device that I'm going to keep for a long time, I didn't want to just get a used device or a secondhand device that, someone could have been eating a sandwich over. So I went and did what any good person would do, go on eBay and find a brand new sealed one. So today we're going to open and do an unboxing impression of a brand new 2015 M1 MacBook, not M1, dang it, M5 MacBook. I'm so used to saying M1, M5, 12-inch MacBook. So again, this is eBay, so it looks like the seller just tossed it in a shipping box here. We'll also see for the very first time if this is actually as advertised, because there's a possibility. I haven't opened this yet, obviously. I wanted to experience this all live with you guys. There's a possibility that they sent me the wrong one or an opened model, which would not be good. So let's go ahead and get into this big box here. I mean, the seller was reputable and stuff, and so I don't have too many doubts, but we'll see. All right. There's nothing super exciting about this part, but I might get emotional. So, be on the lookout for that. Okay. Wow. This is the one. This is the exact MacBook that I had before. The exact MacBook. Not serial number, but same spec, same color, same model year, same everything. So let's verify it with this external. This is the shipping box that would have come in if I would have ordered this online at the time. I picked mine up in store back in the day. But it looks like this was purchased. Let's see if I can find a purchase date here. Not seeing a purchase date. Okay. All right. So I'm not seeing a purchase date. I was hoping there's this little packing sticker here. I was hoping that there'd be like a shipping date so I could see what vintage it was purchased in. But either way, it looks like it is a good serial number and model number. So that's exciting just on the outside of the package here. So serial number ending in J2. So this has already been opened. It looks like they've been into the inner box. So let's see here. Oh, look at that. That is some Apple presentation for you. Just opening it up and seeing the MacBook logo in gold too. Man, I gotta say, I really wanted gold. Ever since the rumors back in December of 2014 were talking about the gold one, I wanted the gold one. And so this was obviously the computer to get here. So here we go. All right, it just slides right out. We will definitely keep this packaging around. It is shrink wrapped, and the serial number matches. The box is a little deformed, which is slightly unfortunate, but it's fine. I'm just excited that it's sealed. It appears to be sealed. I don't remember if Apple was doing their pull tab. Actually, I think they might have been. Maybe this is. So problem with eBay is sometimes people will reseal stuff because you can pretty easily reseal stuff. So hopefully that's not the case. I do remember there being like a pull tab thing that you pulled it and it ripped the plastic, and I'm not seeing that here. So that is unfortunate, but I do have hope because the serial number here matches the serial number on that box, which is always a good sign. So this is the box for the 12-inch MacBook. Read out the specs here. 1.2 gigahertz dual core M5 with turbo boost up to 2.7 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of SSD, 1 USB-C port, headphone jack, and stereo speakers. So yeah, let's part of me just wants to appreciate the fact that it's sealed, because this is okay. All right. Barrett says the pull tab started in 2017. That's making me feel a lot better. I appreciate that. Yeah. So maybe this hasn't been tampered with. That's good. That's good to know. The price difference between I see, Barrett, you asked, the price difference between an opened one and a sealed one was about double. So I'm just appreciating the basically double price that I've paid for this. This is brand new. All right. Enough with that. Let's do the deed here. Let's watch this thing devalue from way too much to fair market value. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Here we go. No going back. I mean, there's no going back since I touched it, but here we go. Yikes. All right, I'm touching the box for the first time with my fingers. This is a lot of nostalgia, guys. I don't think I'm quite. I know my camera personality is fairly bombastic, but I'm legitimately just appreciating this right now. Like, this is something that I want to record and look back on and remember, but at the same time, this is also something for me. So, without further ado, let's do the deed and pop the hood. Come on, baby. Oh, come on. Oh, it's so small. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. So as we see here, it does look like this is a brand new Mac because it still has its plastic wrap on it. Last thing I want to do here is lift up and remove this from the packaging. And then we are going to inspect the serial number real quick. It's a perfect match. Wow. All right. This is the first time anyone has set eyes on this computer since it was packaged in 2016. So this is man, it's so small. I love it. Oh, this is so small. We're gonna put this to the side real quick, and we'll get to you. I promise. Obviously, in here we have our USB-C to USB-C connector. Now, looks like the rubber is kind of falling apart. You know how like Apple cables like start to deteriorate after a couple of years? This is deteriorated, but it's like literally brand new in the box. That's kind of interesting. But nonetheless, this was the first USB Type-C cable that Apple ever made, so definitely some fun history there. Now, if I remember correctly, what we should have in this box are some very special Apple stickers. And here it says MacBook, Quick Start Guide. We have our info, and then gold Apple stickers. This was the first computer that Apple ever shipped, or first device that Apple shipped with specially colored Apple stickers. And I remember being so excited about these things. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, and actually I probably still have my old ones floating around somewhere because I didn't throw them away. Man, this is exciting. Okay. MacBook info, nothing super exciting there. What did that quick start guide say? I just want to look at the classic Mac OS. Oh man, this was back when El Capitan. Look at that, El Capitan and everything. Dude, this is exciting. Okay, enough foreplay. Let's get into this here. That box gingerly to the side. Computers could still technically be considered new and sealed. I mean, it wouldn't be as easy to sell on eBay new and sealed, but it is still new and sealed right now. So we're going to break the seal and say hello to a brand new MacBook that's 6 years old already. Oh, so before I go any further, I wanna say, being involved in the tech community and kind of having an excuse to get the latest and greatest all the time has kind of devalued Apple unboxing experiences for me. Not that they aren't special or anything, but for example, when I was reviewing all the iPhones this past year, I unboxed 4 or 6 iPhones over that few month period, and none of them were particularly special. But this is something that I am really excited, and I don't think I'm coming through on the camera quite as excited as I'm feeling. But this is legitimately I'm very excited here, because this is an unboxing experience that I've remembered with very fond memories. Back, I was at an Apple store, I unboxed it, and it was a very fun experience. So, yeah, this is that was really special, being able to break the seal on one of these again. So let's go ahead and finish the deed. All right, I'm gonna touch it for the first time on the aluminum. There it is, scratch-free, dent-free, scuff-free, fingerprint-free. This is quite literally a brand new 6-year-old MacBook. This is so exciting. I just love the fact that there's just one USB-C port. And I should probably also say, everyone's like, oh, man, this thing is so small. I cannot get it. We'll do size comparisons in a minute, but I look down and I'm like, oh, this thing's so small. I love it. Back in the day, people were obviously upset about Apple including only one USB-C port. But I have always been on the USB-C bandwagon for years. As soon as the rumors were coming out about USB-C, I was 100% sold on it. And I bought into this vision early because I believed in USB Type-C. And I only wanted there to be one port. I wanted to prove to the world that I could do everything that normal people could do on their normal computers with one port. And back in the day, there weren't too many good USB-C accessories. This isn't even Thunderbolt 3. This is just USB Type-C Gen 3.1. It's just 5 gigabits a second as its max speed. This port was something that everyone was upset about. It was a very divisive port and a decision only to have one port. But I remember at the time being like, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to embrace the future. And I found a docking station that you plugged in the one USB-C port. It provided power into the laptop. It provided USB ports on the outside of the laptop, and it did 3 external displays. So I was able to run one cable. The exact setup I currently have, it's not the same dock, but with my current MacBook Pro, I have it just sitting on the desk, and then it's a cable that runs down to a hub that has power delivery and USB and all the I/O and Ethernet and all that fun stuff, is just down on the dock. And I loved the fact that there was only one USB-C port. I know people are like, oh, I need 2 or 4 or 6 or 12. I got everything done with one port, and it just shows you how functional and amazing this computer is. Now, it would have been nice, honestly, to have a second one on the other side. I'm not saying 2 ports. If given the option, 2 ports is better than 1 port, just like 4 ports is better than 2 ports. But I wanted to prove to the world that you could get everything done you needed on a Mac with 1 port and 1 adapter. And this is the exact adapter I bought. I have not replaced this adapter. This is an adapter from 2016. It's Apple's USB-C to not Thunderbolt. I always want to say USB-C Thunderbolt 3. That's not right. It's just USB-C to HDMI and 1 USB port with power delivery. I bought this on the day that I bought my first MacBook, and I've used it ever since. I use this all the time. This is my primary Apple adapter. This is like my known to be good adapter. If anything's bugging out, I always know if I plug this guy in, it's going to work. And This is the best $80 I've ever spent because I'm still using it here in 2021 and it's working like a champ. So but with this adapter and this computer, I was able to do everything that I needed, 100% everything that I needed on the go as a student, being able to hook up to PowerPoint presentations or use thumb drives to transfer files or even charge the laptop while using it. But then at home, I did eventually expand and get a dock with a monitor and keyboard setup and stuff. But that was only possible because of USB-C. And at the time, until the 2016 MacBook Pros, at the time, this was the only MacBook that had a USB-C port. So for a solid 18 months, if you wanted a USB-C port, you had to go with the 12-inch MacBook. So enough ranting about why I love the outside of the design. This headphone jack, even at the time, I wished didn't exist because I didn't use it for headphones. The speakers in it are really good. So, all right, I think I've appreciated the outside of the design. I've ranted about what I can here. This thing is so thin. Look at that. It's as Tim Cook says, can you even see that? Here it is. There it goes. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. And I know there's the last little bit of it being a brand new computer is the little piece of paper that's between the monitor and the keyboard here. Let's go ahead and enjoy that real quick. Passes the one finger test. Look at that. This brings back a lot of memory. This is bringing back a lot of memories, guys. This is really special. So I'm going to remove this little wax paper. And there we go. The display with no fingerprints, smudges, scratches, or anything like that. This is an extremely thin computer. This is the perfect size computer, to be honest. Like I honestly wish, Johnny, if you're listening, Johnny doesn't work there anymore. I mean, I'm OG Apple mode right now. Tim, if you're listening to this, all I want is a MacBook, 12-inch MacBook with a M1 chip in it. I don't need any extra USB-C. Just leave the USB-C Gen 1 port on there. Don't change anything about this. Don't update the keyboard. Just give me the M1 chip, and this would be my dream computer. I would never use anything else. I know people say the MacBook Air and stuff, but let me give you a quick little demo here. This is the 2017 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is the same size as the current MacBook Pro and the same size as the, at least dimensionally, not wedgeness, but it's the same size as the current MacBook Air, which would be the M1 option here. But let me just give you a little size comparison, because this is already a really portable computer. I never really felt that this 13-inch couldn't go somewhere with me. It was just, slightly bigger than I would have liked it to be. I hate this. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. There's too much friction. Let me get a microfiber cloth to go between the two devices because I don't want to scratch anything up on the first day here. There we go. Like, look how much smaller this 12-inch MacBook is, and the display is honestly about the same size. I know it's technically 12 inches versus 13.3 or whatever, but I scale it down to be the largest, the most space possible anyway. So it feels a lot like the same size display, but you just get it all in a much thinner and lighter compact form factor. This is actually not even 2 pounds. I know all of Apple's advertising says it's just 2 pounds, but the actual weight of this is 1.98 pounds, which means that, when you're flying on an airplane, back when we did that, the stewardess would say, you need to put all large portable devices, stow those away. Before takeoff and up to 10,000 feet, you had to have them stored. And between 10,000 feet and taxiing, you had to have those stored. And the reason is because if things get bumped around or whatever, they didn't want large devices flying around and hitting people. And the actual regulation, the FAA regulation, is any device 2 pounds or more. And this device is just less than 2 pounds. And so I obviously, you can be in the correct, but if you don't comply with a flight attendant's verbal instructions, that's not good. So I always complied with flight attendant's instructions. But once I was flying and I had my Mac out, and she's like, "Oh, could you please put that away?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely can, but I just want to let you know this is less than 2 pounds." And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Then you don't have to put it away." And so there I was, the only person in the airplane, typing on my keyboard and all the way down to to landing. So, not to say if she would have said please put, I definitely would have put it away. I wasn't gonna do anything like that, but this is just one of my favorite features about the computer. It's just so light. It's barely a computer. It's really more of an iPad. So let me grab my iPad here. Honestly, the iPad is much bigger. Just the iPad itself. Looks like Drew's in the chat. Hello, Drew. Welcome. Okay. Oh, that just hurts my ears. Aluminum right on the iPad's glass. The width is almost exactly the same size, but the MacBook is actually shorter than the iPad. So the MacBook is more compact. It's thinner, lighter, and more portable than my 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which just tells you how small this computer is. And it runs a full version of macOS. Now, it's not fast. I mean, I'm not going to be the one, especially using M1 chips, I'm not going to be the one who's going to justify this thing on speed. But this is definitely compact. If you wanted the most compact Apple laptop ever, this is the one to go with. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started up for the very first time. I don't think they did the Apple boot chime at this time, but let's see. I can't remember. This is probably running El Capitan, if I had to guess. So let's push the power button and listen. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, I bet you the battery's totally dead, huh? Oh, the battery's totally dead. Oh, yeah, duh. It's been sitting in a box for 6 years. I'm just so used to Apple devices, coming with power. Okay. So, we're not going to start it up on air because I definitely want to condition the battery correctly. I wonder how the battery health is going to be after being stored for 6 years. I just plugged it in to the adapter here. No signs of life yet, but I think it needs to juice up. It's been 6 years. All right. Oh, I got the charging gong, and a battery indicator popped up that said 0% with the little charging thingy. So it has life. Just needs some juice. So thank you so much for joining me here. Let's go through the chat and chat a little bit about this. This is a very exciting experience for me. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Like, this is fun to do with you guys. So Randy's here. Hello, Randy. Barrett was asking why this is not on Ann Sweeney Live. I wasn't really sure if the beginning of that video was gonna get copyright struck or the past tense of copyright strike. And so I put it on this channel because I don't care if this channel gets nuked. It's the point of this channel. All right. Let's see here. Double upload on Ann Sweeney Shorts. Yes, I did post another video today that I was having fun working on. Let's see. Can it stop a speeding bullet? Mr. Mike asks. I believe there was an article where someone had either it was an iPad or an iPhone way back in the time period that I'm remembering this computer from, that they had it on their person in their backpack, or maybe they had an iPhone in their chest pocket. Anyway, did stop a bullet. So probably could. All right, I did drink it in, Randy. Appreciate it. Can I trade you 1 gold for 1 space gray? I would say the gold is the best color ever here. So sorry, no can do. Gold is the color for the MacBook, in my ever so correct opinion. Mike says dairy free. Drink it in. Drink it, buddy. Yeah, dairy free. Well, I do drink dairy-free milk. How did you know that, Mike? That's kind of creepy. It is so beautiful, huh? I love USB-C, but I would need at least 2 USB-C ports. Okay, well, that's fair. I was able to make it all work on just one, so... Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. All right, so we got a little bit of juice in here, and it's showing more signs of life, but it's giving me the no drive error. So either this eBay seller totally scammed me and convinced me of everything being repackaged properly, and they somehow messed up the drive, which is extremely unlikely because the serial numbers matched and stuff. Or this thing has been dead for so long that the RAM, the hard drive, the SSD, somehow got corrupted. Maybe. Hopefully, I can recover it. But even if it doesn't work, it's still a joy to have it and hold it. So I'm obviously going to have to probably download a bootable drive and get that all set up. Good thing I made a video on how to make a bootable drive of Big Sur just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so this unfortunately is not going to start up here on air. I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting, but this is still exciting to have. All right. Let's see. Drew says, looks familiar. Did you have one of these? I can't remember, Drew. I think you did, didn't you? I'd imagine you would have reviewed this, huh? They could make a 13-inch in the 12-inch form factor if they made the bezel smaller. Hey, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But, Tim, if you're still listening, I don't even want you to do that. I just want the M1 chip in this thing. I'm perfectly happy with the hardware here, except for the M1 chip. But, yeah. Drew says, listen, lady, it's 1.98 pounds. Yeah, I didn't say it quite like that. I was very polite about it. Drew says, Randy says, I meant the sticker, LOL. Well, do you want the... Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, man. Randy, I love you and everything, but I can't give this away. This is all... I'm not even going to throw away the plastic wrap. I'm going to be a hoarder in this one aspect of my life. All right, I want a gold stainless steel MacBook. Gold stainless steel MacBook. Wow, that would be a very heavy computer, Barrett. Mike says, oof, great presentation. Thank you, appreciate it. Barrett says those MacBooks were known for their SSDs dying. I don't think it died. It looks like there's still enough working on it for it to try to start up. So I imagine it just somehow got corrupted, and I'll need to reformat it with Big Sur. So I'll dink around with it later. But yeah, I have about an 80% sure idea that I can get it working. Might take a little while, but I'm pretty sure I can get it to work. And even if it doesn't, I am 100% fine with it because I am really just appreciating the hardware. Like, this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Man, absolutely gorgeous. Drew says, why 2 MacBooks? Why not, Drew? This was just purely nostalgia. So, as I said at the top of the show, there's no logical reason for this purchase, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. Like, I used to have one of these. I don't know if maybe you missed the beginning, Drew, but like I used to have one of these, and I loved it so much that I've regretted selling it for the better part of a year now. And this is not going to be something I'm ever going to get rid of. This is for me. You know, I got the cheapest Mac for M1 Mac for, work. I got, I'm probably going to sell this 13-inch MacBook Pro because I haven't been using it, especially if I can get this to handle, what I need for portability. But this is definitely the computer that is closest to my heart. I love this computer deeply. So yeah, you do have 3 Macs now. That is very true. Fashionably late again, Alpha. Welcome. All right. Well, now that Alpha's here, we can officially end the stream. That's not how that works. But I think we're about done here. Anything else? I mean, yeah, I know it's not minimalistic, but it doesn't need to be. This is a purely emotional purchase. Like, I loved this computer so much that I regretted selling it, and so I got it back. I feel whole now. Very, very whole. My heart is happy, and I'm excited to see if this can work, and if it doesn't, then oh well, but I will still hold on to it because this is... Let me try the keyboard. I know it's not up or anything, but let me just try the keyboard here. First time using the keys. I love this keyboard. This keyboard is so much better than the newer gen keyboards. I'm sorry. I know, hate me. I love this. It's just barely anything. Like, even the 2017 MacBook Pro has a more updated key. Yeah, this one is. This one has about twice the travel as this one. Like these guys, I, man, going back to typing college papers and stuff on this thing. I loved this keyboard. It was so precise and yeah, that's gonna be amazing. I hope I can get it to work. I'm gonna love scripting videos on this thing. What is so great about a tiny screen? Well, not everything is about the screen size. It's not. I have a computer. I have other computers that do all of the work that I need. This is just something that I wanted to experience. Y'all are gonna start jumping on me now. I can already smell it. This is just for me. I would have still gotten it if I didn't do this live stream, but someone named Randy encouraged me to share this experience with you guys, which I'm glad I did because I'm gonna get to be able to watch this later and enjoy it. But this was for me. This is something that I have wanted to do for a long time, and I'm just thankful that it has happened. All right, with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here and see if I can recover this beautiful little computer here and see if we can get it working again. Stay tuned on Twitter. I'm sure I will let you know if I can't get it to work because I'll probably be crying, even though I will still keep it and not be too sad because I'll actually have a MacBook, but it just won't be working. So anyway, let me see if I can fix it, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks for joining, and have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.